Good morning, YouTube, and thank you for tuning in. We're about ready to start the two first games, so I thought I'd show off the tables. This is the outside table, obviously. The mainly industrial one. And inside we have the more Gothic ruined themed table. We'll go take a look at that in a moment. And on this table, in a few short minutes, we will have the first battle between the heretic Astartes as they start to explore the planet they crashed down on. If you read the introduction story, they were chased by the Dark Angels through a wormhole and ended up in low orbit over Awesome, where they decided to basically just block the brakes and collide with the Dark Angel ship. And now, just after the crash, they are starting to explore, and the Planetary Defense Force has been dispatched to figure out who or what landed. And here's the other table. It's more ruins and Gothic, but with some industrial elements to it. A few abandoned tanks. And here we'll have the recently awoken Necrons sent out to investigate the crash site and intercepted by the Harlequins, who most likely think the Necrons were the ones who closed the webway. Dark Eldar, not Harlequins. Dark Eldar. The Dark Eldar, who most likely think the Necrons were the one who closed the webway, and the Necrons will likely assume that the Harlequins were the ones who just crashed.
Dark Eldars.
Dark Eldars were the ones who just crashed with the spaceship. What none of them know is that as Sleeping Bear and Louise has chosen to play the first narrative scenario, is that due to the Nurgle vessel crashing in the area, a lot of dead bodies have been infected with the rot and are starting to rise from the swampy ruins. And there is even a chance that the disturbance in the void might summon the occasional chaos demon. They're playing Day After Dead. You can see it here. So, Ashbjørn and Louise, are you ready for your first game?
Definitely. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this will bring. I'm very much in doubt if whether this will be primarily PvE or if we'll actually get to do some action on each other as well.
What do you mean? I do have a pistol. One.
Yeah.
I messed that up.
And I'm very much considering right now what my death marks are going to do, whether they are going to target anyone actually, because it might not be the best idea in this particular scenario to bring down the wrath of the dead on them.
No. Can you choose to not use that ability?
I believe I can,
Right.
but I'll just check up on that.
Right.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I do not have great experience fighting Necrons, so we'll see if the PvE part.
We'll check back with you when you're well into the game and ask how it's going. And remember, dear viewers, you can also follow on our Shadow Warzone profile and see whenever a game is finished. The kill teams will be updated with their new levels and stuff and injuries and whatnot. So yeah, looking forward to that. So, turns out the Deathmarks had to pick a target, and they have chosen Red Sonyak, the Dark Eldar leader, standing proud with her gladiatorial weapons. Lasfar and Robin, you ready for your first game?
No.
The heretics versus the Planetary Defense Force.
Yes, and we are lacking one important thing. A measuring device.
I can bring one for you in a moment. So, what are your thoughts on this chance encounter?
My thoughts are that hopefully I lose 2 rookies and run like hell. I have flashlights to take out toughness 5 Chaos Marines. I may start with 8 minis. Right, so I actually need to lose 3 troops in order to...
No,
Never
2.
mind.
9 is the tipping point.
My point is he's going to be really difficult to wound, and he has a couple of nasty guns that will take out Imperial Guard troopers reasonably, certainly.
On the bright side, you could have started versus Louise and her 9 Dark Eldar.
Yeah. I'm going to need a game or two in order to get up to speed here, I think, so I'm hoping for the best.
What's your...
Well, we just crash landed because we got rear-ended by an Imperial vehicle. So we crashed right here, and the first thing that happens is the parking guards fucking show up to give us a fine. This is not fair. So I'm definitely planning on talking my way out of getting a ticket on this one.
With a plasma gun.
Yeah, with the plasma gun, and for some reason the guardsmen all showed up armed with red dot laser sights and no guns. So I think we might be able to persuade them. Maybe we could trade them some guns for some of their red dot laser sights.
Right.
I'm just going to let my grenade launcher do the talking.
Right. We'll take back when you have got well into the game and see how it goes. Whoa!
Yeah.
Last time I checked, you guys were just getting started. What happened?
Well, it was, what, 6 turns of surprisingly balanced fighting?
Yeah.
There were a lot of lucky shots, a lot of lucky saves.
Yeah, and a lot of pinning all around.
A lot of pinning all round. A Chaos Marine took a crack grenade to the face, and I rolled a flesh wound, stopping him from doing bottle tests each round, but them's the breaks. And the final situation was the Chaos Champion here being within charge range of pretty much everything. I had the choice between charging in with 3 of them, including my Commissar, or pulling back and kiting and hoping for the best. So pulling back, because he didn't have backup, I basically laid down a lot of fire. All of them missed or didn't wound, except for my Commissar.
The first shot actually pinned him.
Oh, there was a pinning, that's true, but you tend to get out of the pinning.
Yeah.
And then my Commissar just stands within 8 inches of the champion, draws a bolt pistol, and sends an exploding round to the face of the Chaos Champion, who doesn't save and who goes down, resulting in Lasser not wanting me to auto down him with the charge in the next turn and bottling voluntarily.
Yes.
Yes, so epic last stand.
And
that
then it
could have
turned
gone a
out
lot
that
worse.
he was down anyway, or out anyway, because I rolled a 2, and then we rolled on the serious injury, and he now has frenzy.
Yeah. So one pissed off Chaos Champion.
Congratulations!
But he's missing next game.
Yeah. So, any of you deserving... no, that's not a narrative match. No artifacts.
No. But we
I had a rookie out who now has serious hatred against said Chaos Champion, and she's going to miss the next match. But other than that, I'm actually pretty good.
I'm gonna get...
Nice.
I get 1 Promethean for losing.
Yep.
And I'm gonna spend that anyway, so I'm not even gonna load it yet. You get D3 with a reroll on it.
I'm just going to take 3.
I get that.
You get a reroll. Come on.
No. Yeah, 3
Right.
please.
So, you'll be uploading, updating your Shadow War kill teams in a moment.
Yeah.
We have advances. We each get to pick a member for a new skill.
Yep.
And it has to be...
Someone who survived.
Yeah.
So, what happened?
Well, basically, my 3 guys, the core of the warband was very much held up by the plague zombies, being quite ineffectual, except for this guy who was charged by a zombie and took it out heroically in single combat. But my shooting was totally ineffectual against the zombies, resulting in them not advancing very far and not locking down the enemy, which then resulted in my death marks coming in here, doing some okay shooting, downing 1 who has gone out of action, and making 1 run away.
Yeah.
However, that resulted in the entire warband descending upon them like a horde of harpies and destroying them.
Ouch.
At this point,
sorry.
at this point, from my perspective, I was then swarmed by more zombies, and I decided to bottle out voluntarily.
I get that.
Yeah. I had a bit much more luck with the zombies. I took down 3 zombies and a plague bearer. Yes.
The last
Down.
one in single
Actually,
combat.
this guy ran totally scared of the death marks. and ran in the opposite direction right into a plague bearer, and the plague bearer charged, and I won the resolve and well, twatted him.
So
unlikely.
you get to roll twice on the artifact table and pick one.
I do. So 3 zombies and 1 plague bearer. That's a good count. I had one guy down and he went out of action. So you have 2 out of action and I have 1.
Yes.
Cool. And once again, check out the updated cheats on Shadow Warzone.